So WotC just put out this article, and it's going to affect everyone who plays digital Magic for the foreseeable future. Let me summarize this for you. WotC are putting out this thing called Through the Omen Paths, and this is a way for them to put Universes Beyond sets that maybe for some reason they can't license onto digital platforms. This is very relevant considering we were just about to get the Final Fantasy set, and they say near the bottom that the Final Fantasy set and the Avatar: The Last Airbender set are going to come onto digital platforms in their entirety, with the IP, with the art, with the names and everything. However, the Marvel Spider-Man set, as well as all future Marvel sets, are not going to be coming onto digital platforms as they are. They're instead going to release Through the Omen Paths, and these will be mechanically identical versions of the cards. So they will have unique card treatments, different art, and different names. So frankly, this is just a huge mess. If you only play paper, this won't necessarily bother you because you're going to be getting the versions of the cards as intended. However, if you play either just digital or a mixture of both, this is going to get very confusing very quickly. Personally, I've kind of warmed to the idea of the Universes Beyond stuff slowly over time. I enjoyed Lord of the Rings, I enjoyed the Warhammer stuff. I do like Avatar, I also quite like Final Fantasy. So overall, I'm doing okay on properties that are actually getting adapted here. But these days, I mostly play digital. So they do all this work to get me excited about the Universes Beyond sets, and now suddenly the rug's being pulled and they're saying, no, sorry, you're not getting those. And if you want to have discussions with people who are playing with them in paper, it's going to get really confusing and you're going to have to memorize like 2 full lists of cards or just talk about mechanically identical stuff with your friends, and it's really horrible. As you can expect, people are not having the best reactions to this. Everything from lol to I told you so to whatever. But they're very careful about their wording in this article. They're not actually telling you why it's happening. So Brian Kibler, very well known, Hall of Fame, great player, content creator. Most importantly in this case, somebody who has worked on trading card games and knows a bit more about the inside baseball of things, just says that it's pretty clearly because they couldn't afford to get the digital licenses for the IPs. And somebody else I saw did speculate about the idea that maybe Marvel Snap has something to do with this, because that is a direct competitor in the digital space. So they're probably charging a premium or maybe just outright banning having that competitor in place. He goes on to talk about it a bit more, but you can see here, let's say you casually played on Arena and you wanted to follow the Pro Tour, you're not going to recognize any of the cards. You know, even if you've played it a bunch, you're just like, oh, what's this? And this honestly sums things up the best. Marvel Spider-Man will not be coming to digital platforms. Spider-Man on digital platforms. Arachnaman. Tell me what you think. Do you think this is a big deal? Not really that big a deal? Were you also warming to Universes Beyond and you're kind of like, what are they doing? Tell me what you think of the situation, and I'll see you next time.